Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's D Lloyd and New York fans. It is time to finally rejoice because they have announced that they will be benching Daniel Jones. And we're going to be going over why this is the moment and probably the best moment to actually go ahead and bench Daniel Jones. Now, I will say and preface everything by saying that it's the right moment based off how everything has transpired. Daniel Jones should have been gone. Daniel Jones shouldn't have gotten, $40 million a year. He probably shouldn't have been the 6th overall draft pick. We knew back when he was drafted that that was a reach. And Daniel Jones has pretty much proven everybody right that that draft pick was a reach, especially that high in the draft. He definitely could have waited a little bit longer. They decided not to address quarterbacks. Even last year, which was a quarterback-rich draft, they got Malik Neighbors. Not too many people upset about that, but you leave Jaden Daniels, a couple other guys that could have been on the board, could have been drafted. Bo Nix, who obviously hindsight could be 2020, right? I was not a big Bo Nix guy, but he's been playing really good. But for the New York Giants, they are looking at a situation now, right, where it doesn't benefit them to play Daniel Jones at all, right? They are 2-8 as of now. They have the 5th overall draft pick. By sitting Daniel Jones, you are essentially doing what the Denver Broncos did last season with Russell Wilson. They decided, hey, we have an out. We know we're going to have to pay. We're going to take the cap hit, but we want to get rid of him. He's not the quarterback. And although he may be the best quarterback on the roster at the time, we don't need any injury. And that's exactly what is going on in this situation. Now, if Daniel Jones gets hurt for any reason, unable to play anything like that, $23 million that they will have to pay Daniel Jones. By sitting him now, you are assuring that he's not going to get hurt. He's going to be healthy. You're not going to have to pay the $23 million. You will be good to go. That is not a concern at all. So while, even with everything that's transpired, I do think Daniel Jones is the best quarterback on the roster currently, it makes sense to not play him the rest of the year. And that's the reason why you don't want to be on the hook for that $23 million. So you sit him out, see what happens. Now, Tommy DeVito is going to be the starter over Drew Lock. I'm not sure how I feel about that one. I do know a lot of New York Giants fans. If you are one of them, let me know in the comment section below for sure. But I know a lot of New York Giants fans, they have a love for Tommy DeVito. He played okay last season. He's from the area. People are infatuated with him. So they're giving him the start. When it comes to talent, what I've seen, I feel like Drew Lock is the guy, right? He's the number 2 quarterback every week up until this week. So he's going to get jumped by Tommy DeVito. We will see how that plays out. Maybe it's just a situation where they want to give him an opportunity and go from there. Of course, they're not in the business right now of winning games. So take that for what you will. Maybe that's also a great reason why Tommy DeVito will start over Drew Lock. But you see what's out there. You can always go back to Drew Lock if Tommy DeVito doesn't start. And then now you don't feel bad about the situation because you gave Tommy his opportunity to be that guy and see what he could produce. Now, one thing that I think New York Giants fans are never really going to forgive New York for was they decided that they were going to get rid of Saquon Barkley. And the reason was that thanks to Hard Knocks, we were there. We were able to see exactly, those conversations is we didn't pay him $40 million a year to hand the ball off to a $12, $15 million a year running back. So they got Devin Singletary, Tyrone Tracy, great pick. He's been playing really good. He's now the number 1 running back there. But we've seen Saquon. We know Saquon is the best running back out of the 3. Probably would have benefited. In my mind, when I heard that, I was like, why are we not paying Saquon? Because if Daniel Jones wasn't good for $40 million with a premier running back, what makes you think he's going to be better without that premier running back? So I was never really on that bandwagon of thinking, but what is done at this moment. Can't really go back and change anything. But the Giants right now have the 5th overall pick in a class where the quarterback position is very top heavy, but I don't really think it's a strong class overall. I don't think Shador is going to fall to 5. So if you start losing some games, maybe, just maybe, you get a situation like that. But the team needs help. And in defense of Daniel Jones, I know we like to, rag on him a lot. A lot of it is his fault, but he also wasn't put in the greatest of situations throughout his tenure there. So I'm sure he will land with another team. He'll get another opportunity, probably as a backup, of course. And he may go, through that route just as a backup, probably for the rest of his career, unless there's a significant growth somewhere. But we've seen it before. We've seen it with Sam Darnold. We've seen it with Baker Mayfield, where change of scenery could be good. But for the Giants, we'll see how they play the rest of the season. I don't think they're in the business of winning games. So give Tommy DeVito a shot, see what happens. Drew Lock is always there as a replacement if things go left. I don't even think, based off the theory, right, that they're not trying to pay him, that we're going to see, Daniel Jones even active. I don't think he'll be active the rest of the year. You just sit him down, fully let him just sit on the bench, sit on the sideline, stay healthy, and then go from there, man. So those are my thoughts of this. I mean, better late than never. I don't think anybody was under the impression that Daniel Jones is really the future quarterback. And when it goes to Brian Daboll, the head coach, we will see what the Giants decide to do in terms of keeping him. Because remember, he did not draft Daniel Jones. He inherited Daniel Jones. So if you think he can build up a quarterback of his choosing to win some games, you hold on to Daboll as the coach and you see if you can figure things out. If you don't think he could develop a quarterback, they could go in a different direction. I think they do give him that shot to get his guy, bring his own quarterback in, whether free agency, whether it's trade, whether it is the draft. Did they give him a shot of bringing in the quarterback that he wants, or at least on his short list of quarterbacks? And then you go from there and kind of see, if you guys can get things turned around in New York. So those are my thoughts. As usual, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please do me a favor. Go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. It's D Lloyd. I'm see you next time. Peace.